This is a quad that I threw together for a friend that recently got into flying, but has had a lot of issues with his quad, as we all have had when we started, and he's kind of starting to want to give up. And I threw this together with a bunch of old parts that I had lying around and just a new video transmitter. And I'm going to use this as an example to show you why we sometimes finish our build and then we go to fly it and the thing like dips when we throttle pump it. So I'm going to show you flying right now, and you're going to see that when I'm coming out of dives, I'm just going to try pumping it for you so that you can see it more clearly. I'm going and the quad's just like spinning and dipping as I'm throttle pumping it. And the reason for that is primarily the ESCs. It's just the ESCs, and there's no degree of I manipulation or P manipulation or D manipulation or any settings that I have ever found over the past year that can even begin to compensate for any amount of dipping in the quad. This quad, I'm going to tell you the parts. The back has DYS, that's the 2008 motors. The front is the Hyperlite 2206, 2205, 2600 kV motors, and then the back is 2550 kV, and it's got 4 different ESCs on it. Actually, no, 2 of them are some experimental ESCs by VGood. They're actually some of the best ESCs I've ever used. They're 5S 30 amp ESCs. They've been the most reliable things I've ever used, and the whole thing's running on D-Shot 300. Then it has I don't even know what that is. I think it's a Cicada 30 amp, and then there's another Cicada 20 amp on there. I don't know what they are with whatever. And it's got an F4 board from Ready to Fly Quads, which is pretty terrible because of all the connectors and poor quality. Basic PDB, and then the X4R with the analog video, analog voltage. So now you're going to see this thing fly with the Cyclone V1s. It's not going to be the quickest, but it flies pretty well for what it is. And you'll see that what the dipping is. The dipping and the corners and the twist or whatever you're getting, it's purely because of the ESCs. And I actually want to say it's because of the quality control of the ESCs of the FETs maybe. I don't know what it is, but I do know that there are certain ESCs that just do not play nice. And I've gone through a lot of ESCs, and so far I've found about 2 ESCs that I know work well. The first one is the SpeedX 20 amps, or just SpeedX ESCs. They seem to be pretty good quality, and they're really consistent. I've built about 4 crafts with them, and they've all been perfect even throttle, everything. And then the other ones is the Bullet ESCs from Emax, which have been very consistent. I've heard from people are very consistent. Of course, KISS ESCs I'm pretty sure are consistent, since so many people fly KISS and they seem to perform well. And those are the only ones I can really recommend right now. If I was buying an ESC right now, I would only buy the SpeedX or the Bullets from Emax. I wouldn't even worry about any other ESCs out right now. Of course, next week I'm sure there'll be 5 more ESCs that are new.